stop putting an attachment on every slot of your guns? Well, some of your guns. I got something for you. So, you need to stop just mindlessly putting attachments on your guns. I did the whole testing this morning. Those of you who were here for the live stream, obviously you saw it. But if you haven't already, stop putting attachments that you don't need on your loadouts. So I went through and tested quite a few guns last night, and I went through and I tested some guns this morning, and then I actually ran some guns this morning on stream as well, and I'm able to prove it. Some guns perform better with less attachments. And I know it seems crazy. You're like, hey, I've got 10 slots. I need to run something in this. No, you don't. If you think back to the Modern Warfare guns, if you think back to the Cold War guns, we had guns that couldn't fit attachments in every slot. That was just normal. You go in, you put your AR on, you'd find your favorite, M4 loadout, and you'd be like, I've got a monolithic, I've got a barrel, I've got, a foregrip that I need, I've got a 60-round magazine, and then I got my optic. Like, that's what I ran. Like, that's all I run every time. We had nothing in the laser. We had nothing in the rear grip. No perk, no stock, whatever. But look, that's what we used to run. That was what we had. We had 5 attachments, and that's what we worked with. That is basically the same premise that we're working here on Vanguard. You start taking these weapons and you start loading them down with attachments everywhere, and you're not looking at the positives and negatives. So let's look at this again. Okay. Here's the question you have to ask before you start putting attachments on your gun. What is this supposed to do? Like, what is the goal of this gun? If the gun's supposed to be heavy, looking at LMGs and things like that, throw an attachment in every slot. Go for it. You're not going anywhere anyways, right? If you're trying to make a super fast SMG, though, why are you putting stuff on there that is no longer helping your goal? Think about it. Why do I want to make my STEN heavy when it's a high mobility full auto SMG ideal for flanking enemy positions? I don't. I need this to be a quick and nimble gun without as many drawbacks. The STEN right now is probably one of my favorites to run, along with the Type 100. Both of these benefit highly from leaving off attachments. Okay, think about it. You're looking at the barrels, right? We've got the rapid right here. Fire rate and damage range. Perfect. Cool. That looks great. Except for your accuracy's down. Your damage is down. Your ADS speed is down. What does an SMG want to do? It wants to get right up on somebody, ADS, burn them to the ground, right? So you're already looking at less accuracy, which means if you get caught at mid-range, it's over. Less damage, which means it takes longer to bring people down. You're compensating with fire rate, but is it going to trade off as well as you might think, right? Okay, so now you're down on that one. ADS speed. I want to be able to ADS this. I want to be able to hit my targets. So I don't want to run this one. Precision. Only headshot damage is really what it's doing. It's reducing body shots. So now you're not landing headies, you're losing. Recoil control, accuracy, flinch, and all this. But look, you're slower. You're slower. You ADS slower. Look at this one. Less bullet velocity, less recoil and accuracy, less damage range, but I get to ADS faster. But what if I catch somebody at mid? I need all that stuff now. So I started looking through all this stuff, and I realized that some of these guns just don't have a use for these barrels. They don't have a reason to run these things. So I started running them with basically as few negatives as possible. I'm trying to run up on somebody and burn them to the ground, right? I want, accuracy. I want recoil control. I wanted that. So let's throw on a strife compensator. Underbarrel. I want ADS fast. Again, no negatives. ADS speed. Magazines. Okay. Recoil, movement speed, ADS speed, fire rate. I don't want that. Again, recoil, movement speed, ADS speed, fire rate. I don't want that. This one slows down my ADS speed, but it's still the same number of bullets. I don't want, or it's less number of bullets. I don't want that. So now I'm running default mag. I want to be able to hit people. Bullet velocity. Do I need sights? Not really. I'm running up on somebody, but what can you do? Sakura short irons. Look at this. Increases your ADS speed again. So now I'm helping myself. Irons are solid. What about my stocks? Let's look at this. ADS speed. Movement, hip fire, movement speed, ADS speed, hip fires, all this, like less recoil control. I don't want this. So looking at it again, I don't have a reason to run any of these stocks. They don't do anything specifically for me. What's the hardest thing to control? Horizontal. Horizontal inaccuracy. Let's throw it on there. Now I can be fast. Movement speed and weapon swap, or movement speed and sprinting speed. Let's go in here, go quick. I now have a super fast, reliable, no negatives SMG. This gun is already good for up to medium range, has good damage, good range. Perfect. It doesn't need all these negatives. That's what I'm going to actually tell you to do here. Stop putting all these attachments on these guns if you don't need them. Build them for what they're good for and run it. Stop breaking your own loadouts. This is why the blues and purples on the ground sometimes feel better than your golds. This is why you're getting outgunned by ground loot. It's because you are overfilling your own loadouts. Stop. Think. Do the numbers. Win your rounds. That's what I got for you today. Check it out if you haven't already. We've got some clips for you that I'm going to be running. And until next time, guys. Peace. Plating. They're on the other side of this hill in front of me, direct 80. How can you know?